Hello and good morning, afternoon or evening, depending on where you're at. Welcome to another Wicked Chat. My name is Jay and I am joined by, wherever he is. That's interesting, his screen's frozen. John is here, I assure you folks, he'll be here in a minute. Whilst we wait for John, I'll play you a bit of piano. Can you hear that? Oh, lovely.
I can hear that. I
there he is, back. Hello, good morning, John. How are you?
Hello, mate. Sorry, I didn't hear you for a second because you'd frozen on your screen. I'm really good, thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited about today's special guest that we're bringing on. Can I tell people a bit about this guest?
You can, of course you can, John. We've got somebody coming up who's going to be joining us. I'll let John explain a little bit more.
Yeah, so I bumped into this really crazy big ginger drummer guy years ago when I was working in insurance, and he told me he was part of this Christian drummer group called Psalm Drummers, and he told me all this sort of stuff, and I was like, oh, okay. And I went around his house, and he had a big drum kit in the loft, and this must have been about 15, 16 years ago, something like that. And this guy's an incredible drummer, and he's shared the stage with people such as Cliff Richard, and met really incredible drummers like Tommy Eldridge as part of the group, and Terrell Bryan. He's been part of Psalm Drummers for a very long time, and he started up a recreational drumming group in Ireland called Drumbelievables, and that's been running now for the last sort of, I think it's a good 3 to 5 years now, and it's become more of an official sort of company now. And he goes around and he gives people therapy with his big drumming groups, and he's got a plethora of knowledge of lots of different rhythms and things. And I'm really excited to be having somebody from overseas coming to chat to you and I to share some rhythms with us for our viewers.
Let's admit this said gentleman to the conversation. Here he comes. Drum roll, please. Ah, there he is.
Hello, Noel.
Hello, good morning.
How are you doing, buddy?
Hello, old baby. How are you?
Yeah, it's really
hello.
good. Yeah.
Say hello to my bungle.
Hello, Bungle.
There's Bungle. He's a little annoyed with me because I woke him up to tell him that he should get some more sleep. Hi, Jay.
Hey, Noel. Good to see you, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Excellent.
This is Bungle, by the way. Say hello.
Sorry, Bungle?
Bungle, yeah.
Oh, hey, Bungle.
Hey, Bungle.
That's so cool. No, John was just telling us about Drumbelievables and stuff. What have you been up to, mate?
Well, I've been doing an online tutorial and getting it ready. I go live maybe once or twice a week at the moment because we have recreational community gatherings, recreational drumming. And obviously we can't gather at the moment because we're in the same situation as the UK. So I've moved things over to online. So that's been quite interesting. So I've been doing that for the last couple of weeks, but we haven't been doing it as often as we gather, because we've up to 6 community gatherings a week. So
Wow.
in different places around the county, and around the southeast of Ireland. So trying to get my head around this whole multimedia thing. I'm more of a people person,
Same here, mate. I know what you mean. It's like it's not the same, but we're doing. I guess we're all doing what we can. I suppose, man. That's all we can do, isn't it?
Hard work, isn't it? It certainly is.
It is. John's been editing some videos. That one's gone up this week, John. What rhythm's that we've used?
Yeah, the rhythm that went up this week was a follow-on from the previous rhythm, which was bounce up and down. And this rhythm makes most people hungry because it's fish and chips, sausage and chips, fish and chips, sausage and chips.
With you, it's always to do with food, isn't it, John?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Hey, man.
There you go. I'm just going over here to grab a drum.
Yeah, cool, man.
If that's all right, yeah. Because it looks like you have a practice pad in front of you.
Yeah, I've got a practice pad
Isn't there some kind of time delay, isn't there?
Yeah, so we're probably not going to be able to jam together, Noel, but what we usually do in our Saturday sessions is that we all do a little thing each and share something with people. So if I go first, I shall start, and it'll probably be about 2 or 3 minutes. So, hello everyone. I've brought with me today my drum. Now this is a drum pad made by a company called Evans, but you don't have to have this particular pad. You can go onto eBay and you can buy one of these for about 30 quid, a pair of sticks for about £5, and you can use some of the rhythms that Jay and I have been delivering in all of the online workshops we've been putting up. And now you might remember that on the last Saturday session, I introduced you guys to some notation. So this one being the crotchet, okay? This one being the quaver, and this one being the semi-quaver. Now the great thing about having a pad like this and a set of sticks is that it doesn't really make too much noise. It's not really going to affect your neighbours when you're playing, you see. So with something like Novation Launchpad, we can jam through the crotchets, quavers and semi-quavers. So if I get a drum beat going, maybe a bass line. So if I start with crotchets, now crotchets are on the beat. 2, 3, 4, we can exercise the right hand. 1, 2, we can switch to the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, back to the right hand. Here we go. Then back to the left hand. And we can do 8 in each. So that's 2 bars in each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can go to quavers. So quavers are these ones. Now with quavers, you can do it all in one hand. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 on the right hand. Yes, you're strengthening these arm muscles, but the whole time staying really relaxed. Or we can alternate, right then left. Okay? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now at the moment, I'm leading with my right hand. So right left, right left, right left, right left. I can switch it up. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Leading with the other hand. How cool is that, man? Woohoo! And then back to the right. Right left, right left, right left, right left. Just the left hand at the moment. I want to introduce the semi-quaver. Now that's going to be too difficult with one hand, guys, but I'm going to show you with 2. So the 1 here, the 2 here, the 3 here, the 4 here. The right hand. Okay? So 1 here, the 2 here, the 3 here, the 4, or semi-quaver, 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 semi-quaver. And then I can switch it to the left. Then back to the right. Now, if you want to get crazy, you can go into semi-quavers, which is double the amount. Check this out. And back to semi-quavers. Then back to quavers. Then back to crotchets. I'm going to stop after 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Woo! So, using just one of these pads for about 30, 40 quid at home, you can have yourself a little workout with single strokes, or just using the one hand, or alternating the hand. With crotchets, quavers, or semi-quavers. Cool. Guys, did you enjoy that?
I love quavers.
I love quavers.
Hold on.
What's that, Jay?
I said it was cool, but in terms of working out, I sent you this video the other day. I bought some stuff to work out at home. I bought a set. I bought a set of kettlebells. Oh,
whoa! Really?
Yeah, I bought a set of kettlebells from Amazon. I thought I'm going to get fitter while I'm at home. And the picture was loads of kettlebells, right? And the thing that turned up was this.
Yes!
Oh no! Oh, you're not serious.
I am one. It's cost me nearly 30 quid. I can lift it with one finger.
That is shockingly.
So I've got to be
shockingly disappointed.
I know, John. I think your workout's going to do a bit more than this. So nice one, nice rhythm.
There we go. That is mental, isn't it?
Amazon, man. Amazon.
Oh, man.
But nice one, John. That was really cool. Noel, I see you've got is it a djembe you've got there?
This is one of our recommended toka djembes that we use at Drumbelievables. We like to go. We have various different types that we use. We have like some weatherproof djembes, which are synthetic, but we do prefer the goatskin head. You know, very very important that people are comfortable, and we stay away sometimes from the rope-tuned heavy wood djembe, because if one of them fell on a child's foot or anything, it would be or in your pinky toe. You know, some of these people turn up in sandals. You know, for the drum gatherings, and so we use the 12-inch and the 15-inch djembes normally. You know, which are very durable, very loud, very dominant, which is good for creating the grooves. Indeed. You know, we are multi-percussionists, so we use drums from all around the world, and to make one rhythm and to make one voice, really. So you could have your castanets, your congos, your conguitas, your darabukas, your dumbecs, your doleks, your djembes, your cajons, all from different parts of the world with different rhythms coming together to make one cohesive piece of music. You know. So
No.
yeah, we enjoy that, you know.
No, if I can interject just for a minute.
Yeah.
Just got some really interesting drums. I just want to point out that there was one workshop where we put some tiny conga drums on a stand, and I told Jay before he went on the microphone that they were called chai congas. He told everybody that they were called chai congas. It was so funny.
Nutcase alert. But there we go.
You got me, Noel.
Yeah. So there you go. So when it comes to rhythms in Drumbelievables, what we tend to do is we do lots of 6/8 Cuban, Afro-Caribbean beats and rhythms. You know, like the boleros, the bossa novas, the cascara, you know, the calypsos, and the soca. And the soca is one of the easiest phrases to learn in Latin music. And here I am with an African or stroke Indonesian djembe from West Africa, from Mali region is where they come from originally. And we're playing these calypsos and we're playing these soca's on them, which is very, very interesting. Now, soca is based on the phrase, at Drumbelievables, we have a saying that if you can say it, you can play it, because we treat music as a language, which, and in particular, drumming is a language. It was always used for communication. You know, in the Viking days, it was heave-ho when they were rowing the boats, you know, and they'd use a drum to keep all the oars in time, because if they didn't, one side of the boat would be moving further than the other side, and they'd end up going around in circles while they're at sea, you know.
Yeah.
But even SOS came from drumming. SOS, SOS, SOS. You know, so drums were used for communicating, and the soca is used to communicate joy in Brazilian and Venezuelan particular genres of music. And the soca, we give it a phrase instead of giving it a numerical count, because we give people at Drumbelievables at all different ages and all different drum skills and abilities. We tend to blanket the room with the phrase, walk your doggy, walk your doggy, walk your doggy, unleash the doggy. Now, there's different tone zones on a djembe. You have your bass tone, okay, that's a closed bass. That's an open bass. Then you have a tone. So Illuminati here we go. Where you would use your fingers in this part of the drum. So if you had a saucer, the saucer area would be your bass, and it could be played closed or open. Closed, open. If you had a tone, it would be like a side plate. It'd be slightly bigger. So you would be hitting these parts of the fingers here in the tone. That's open, that's closed tone, and then you have the slap, which is on the outskirts played with the tips of the fingers. Okay, so the soca, and maybe you can clap along, but I don't know if it's going to be in time with you guys because there might be a slight time delay.
I'll pretend,
you know, but you can pretend, you know. So if you said, if you said the phrase, walk the doggy, walk the doggy, walk the doggy, and if you've done that in the bass and the tone area, okay, and then you've done unleash the doggy in the slap area, this is what it would sound like. As well to any particular drum or percussion instrument that you're playing. Here we have our very own Drumbelievables custom-made cajones, and if I was to play that now, which has a lovely little snare to it, I'll move back so you can see. So we'll take that rhythm, the soca, walk the doggy, walk the doggy. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Different, you have, sorry about this, I know my head is so big it doesn't fit in the camera all the time. So you have so many different rhythms. That is actually, believe it or not, in Venezuelan music, it can be called one part of a calypso. Now the calypso, and I have to explain this because if you're a drum kit player, you're playing more than one part. When you go to a songo, when you go to a jalapeno, or when you go to Mozambique, all these rhythms, okay, that you learn along the way are different on drum kit than what they would be if you're playing with hand drums. For the simple reason, you've only got 2 hands, but on a drum kit you have your feet involved as well. And as you were looking at the fish and chips, sausage and chips, versus bounce up and down, right? We call that in Drumbelievables cross rhythms, where if you have a hot cross bun, okay, and you draw a line down the hot cross bun, you'll see it creates 4 different parts in a circle. So if all the drummers are sitting in a circle, the hot cross bun divides the room into 4 parts. Okay, now if you have a drum kit, you play all the 4 parts basically, you know. So what John was doing the other day was with the bounce up and down, he was doing that with his right foot, I understand. Bounce up and down, bounce up and down. Get me? But to play a cross rhythm over that, he'd have to play the fish and chips, sausages. So whether he played it on the hi-hats or whether he played a combination across the snare and the hi-hats, that's up to interpretation. But one part of the song, the soca, which I just played, which was trip up the donkey, or you know, big bunch of bananas, or you know, banana map. There's in the calypso there is 16 parts of a calypso, not like your average 4-part ensemble, but a full-on calypso has 16 parts. So what I done is I picked out one of the groovy ones. If you were to do another part of a calypso or another part of a soca, what you could be doing is not like similar to your bounce up and down. You would be putting in one section would be doing the apple pie clap, what we call the apple pie clap. Which is almost the way we'll rock you. So if Jay was to go apple pie clap, apple pie clap.
Clap, apple pie clap, apple pie clap.
play this cross rhythm over it, you see. And if John was to play, for example, just in the bass section, the phrase "trip up the donkey, trip 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 up the donkey." Now, with the do that in 3, and then on the fourth one, like trip up the donkey, trip up the donkey, trip up the donkey, boom. Throw in a really heavy bass. So it's trip up the donkey, trip up the donkey, trip up the donkey, boom. And trip up the donkey, trip up the donkey, trip up the donkey, and boom. Yeah. Now, you play that continuously, I'll play over that. See, I'm not doing it visually, I'm doing it from what I hear, yeah? Rest, trip up the donkey, trip up the donkey, trip up the donkey, rest, trip up the donkey, trip up the donkey, trip up the donkey, rest, trip up the donkey, trip up the donkey, trip up the donkey. So what happens is, when you get to your rest, I arrive on the high tones in that little space, you see. And then if Jay was on the apple pie clap, the clap would be coming in somewhere in between, either before or after, as it rotates and circles around, you see. So it becomes very the cross rhythms come in and it becomes very colorful, you know. And another one that we would do on that would be another part of the calypso, which is what we call a part Havana or Havana bata, and that would be bum bum, as in bass bass, tone 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 tone. Now if you count that, it's 1 2 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. You get me? So okay, so that would what we call a forward Havana. Now a reverse Havana would start on the tone section, which would be okay, and then it would be, instead of 2 basses, there would be 3 basses. It would cross over, so it'd be and what happens there is you'll see that the crossover comes. So maybe when it's very hard to see when you're doing this on where there's a delay, you know, so people have to appreciate that there's a slight delay. I mean, I'm in a different country to you guys, a much better country, and no. Top of the morning to you. You knew you were going to say that. I'm reading your mind now.
There's people out there right now that are at home that are making their own instruments, that are drumming on pots and pans, that are drumming on their legs, and they're working really hard to keep their children busy at home. We've got people that usually turn up to our gatherings that can't obviously do that at the moment. So these rhythms that you're giving us, you know, these are rhythms that we can all try at home. So I would encourage anybody at home that's listening to this to just give those rhythms a go. They're really fun. Anyway, back to you, Noel.
Do you have I'll just lay it out because people will be able to play this back, won't they? You know, and see it. So if I was to say to you, bass, that's a forward Havana. Bass, bass, tone, 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 tone. Okay?
Okay.
A reverse Havana is similar to your "Have you got a dog?" The question is, have I got a dog? No, I don't. And the no, I don't is in the bass section. Have I got a dog? Have I got a dog? No, I don't. Have I got a dog? No, I don't. So the tone asks the question and the bass answers the question. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the final part of the ensemble. Now, this forward Havana, as we call it, or Havana Bata, is not a 4-part ensemble like the hot cross bun. You have to imagine it as a Mercedes sign. You know the Mercedes signs? It has a circle with a little thing, right? Which, what we call...
No. If you've got a Mercedes, you're balling.
I'm an Audi man, personally. I've more circles than Mercedes.
Fair enough.
So you have your circle, your Mercedes circle, okay? That's what we call a Merc ensemble. And a Merc ensemble in Drumbelievables is what we call a 3-part ensemble. And a cross ensemble is a 4-part after the hot cross bun, okay? So the first part of the Merc ensemble, right, is have you got a dog? No, I don't, which is tone, 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 bass, bass, bass. That's ask the question with the tone, answer it with the bass. Simultaneously, at the exact same time, you would have your reverse Havana, where you ask the question in the bass, with the basses. And you answer it, yes, I do, with the tone. Okay? So the forward Havana is, the reverse Havana is, okay? So that's part 1, and that's part 2 that I've shown you. And now what I want to show you is what we call the cross, and that is take a doom. Can you say take a doom?
Take a doom.
Take a doom, yeah? Take a doom, 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 which is tone, tone, bass, but with a little bit of life and a bit of drive. Yeah, exactly. And you lay it in, and if you get 3 of your friends in a room, and you get one doing the forward Havana, one doing the reverse Havana, and the take a doom, you've got an awesome piece of an ensemble. So what we would do to make a 16-part calypso, we would give the forward Havana, the reverse Havana, and the take a doom to just one section of the hot cross bun, or one section of the Mercedes ensemble. Do you get me?
Yeah.
And so if you got 16 people in a room, everyone's got a particular part to play. And in order to add some timbre and to add some color and some light and shade into the music, we have various different taxisis, you know, and we have our lovely soft. We would put on some 16ths, or we could even give a section semi-quavers. We don't go 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E in Drumbelievables, okay? We just give it a phrase: doggy, and a puppy, okay? Doggy and a puppy. Doggy and a puppy and a doggy and a puppy and a doggy and a puppy and a doggy and a puppy. Yeah. And what happens is somebody will start off. I'll assign somebody. I'd say on the 5 count, we're going to go after the 4. Started a doggy and a puppy, or a semi-quaver. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doggy and a puppy and a doggy and a puppy and a doggy and a puppy and a doggy. And once that's going up and running, we'll maybe get somebody, a number 2 in the ensemble, to go and add a little bit of color to that, a little bit of shade. And because in Drumbelievables, whether you play a big drum or a little drum, it's all integral, and everyone has something to offer, regardless of what drum ability they have, or how long they've been speaking djembe, or how long they've been speaking Congo. Whether they have a shaker, or whether they have a djembe, or a big kettle drum, they are part of something together special. And they have there's this ethos of inclusion and diversity, no matter where you at, no matter what you're holding in your hand, you have something to bring, because everybody has rhythm, and everybody flavors the room with what they bring, So it's exciting stuff, and there's a few videos there you can watch on Drumbelievables if you want to, on YouTube, and listen in and get a flavor for what community drumming is all about, But the Havana.
No, can I just ask if the people that we're introducing you to wanted to see more about Drumbelievables and see maybe pictures of your gatherings, etc., where would they go to see this?
Drumbelievables.ie.
Okay.
And as I say, it's based. There's loads of various different videos on the website. There's loads of tutorials, but on the Facebook page, Drumbelievables Ireland, you will see the online community there, and you'll see some of the live tutorials where I have one person, then 2 people, then 3 people, then 4 people, and I'm showing you all of these cross rhythms in different parts, how they come together collectively. And it works better when 5 people are in a room projecting that out. You see,
Yeah, of course.
Than the delay is always a problem, isn't it? You know.
Of course it is. But no, it's been really lovely having you on our little Zoom show this morning, and I can't thank you enough for giving us your time. And I know how busy you are during the week, and you've got lots to do, and the guys that see this are really going to appreciate all the rhythms and all the knowledge that you're going to pass on to them, and that's exactly what we wanted to achieve out of meeting you on this video. And obviously me and Jay have been speaking, and when this is all over, we're going to come over and show you some of what we do in a couple of your workshops, and maybe Jay will bring a bass, and perhaps we can get a drum kit somewhere in Ireland, and maybe we'll do some really cool jams with you guys, and we will combine forces. So thank you so much for coming on and offering what you've got as a plethora of knowledge from Drumbelievables and all your years of experience in psalm drummers, etc. And thank you, man.
You're very, very welcome, and I look forward to you acting out on that threat to visit us. You know,
yeah,
I promise you, there'll be good food, there'll be good mountains, good rivers and valleys and lakes, and there'll be plenty of drums around. As I say, we've got a lot of equipment at Drumbelievables. We provide all the equipment and drums for up to 130 people. So great.
Island.
I look forward to it, Noel. Man, I've got to be honest, I'm just sort of, I'm sitting here soaking all this up because it's amazing, you know. Obviously, you know, John and I would go out and we do all these things, but a lot of the stuff is hugely influenced by what you're doing, and you know, because you do such a great job, and it's sort of like, well, if we can do a little bit like that, then you know, we're doing all right. So thank you, Noel, for sharing all your.
Yeah, thank you.
You're very well. And just one final little pinch I wanted to bring home to people is that at Drumbelievables, or wherever you are, no matter what rudiment or what groove, rhythm that you're learning, one of the most important things is repetition. Because in Drumbelievables, we believe that repetition is the mother of all skills. We practice repetition until it becomes a condition, and then it becomes automatic. And when you've gone through a rhythm and you've learned a rhythm so much that it becomes second nature, that you can just jump into it, that's when the real joy of drumming comes. You might have to push on through a pain barrier to get there, but keep doing that, because once the viewers realize that, yes, we'll learn a rhythm, it might take us a week or two to get it, to become adept at it, but if you practice repetition, it'll become a condition, and once it becomes a condition, it becomes automatic. Thanks for having us. It's been great to be here with you guys, and look forward to seeing you in Ireland very soon, as soon as this nonsense is over. And yeah, there you go, Jay. It's great to meet you.
Man,
I'll hop in the morning to you.
Catch you soon, man. Catch you soon.